And welcome everybody to the Daily Space Weather. I'm your host Dan, aka smAsho. Yeah, Rebecca Black Friday. Alright, so we made a custom HelioViewer movie here. We see a C-class solar flare actually has kicked off as I did show prep. Must be just a coincidence. No, seriously, it was a coincidence. Or was it? Anyway, here's another custom HelioViewer movie. This one of the northwest limb. Some filamentary activity going on up there, and lots of photos of solar prominences all over the internet. Spaceweather.com's got a nice one with an Earth scale inserted. I decided to leave the Earth scale out of that one. Here's the 171 angstroms view of that exact same region. We've got the moon moving in front of the SDO here, at least partially obscuring the aperture and creating some blurry images. It happens twice a year because of the figure 8 style orbit of the SDO, keeping it in view of the local yellow dwarf at all times, except when that happens. Here's the area in the southeast. Great view of that. And I actually missed the solar flare with the custom movie. Perhaps I'll make another video later today about that. The radial flux has come all the way down to 71, so the 10.7 centimeter radial flux, which is the best proxy for sunspot number in terms of solar activity, 71 solar flux units. It had been as high as, I believe, 75 on this little mini cycle. And there you can see the KP index currently at 1, coming off of its lows. There you see that C-class solar flare. Let's bring up the 6 hour. There you go. There's a great transient burst there from the sun. A bunch of high energy photons coming out. Photons, not protons. X-rays. Proton flux remains flatlined. We've got some power outages in Cali. Not good. Is it from fires, or is it because of rolling blackouts caused by air conditioning? Let's hope not. Also, Minnesota and Iowa still with a bunch of people out. Over 100,000 in Iowa, and about 50,000 combined with Illinois and Minnesota. Next, we'll look at the real-time solar wind, which has been ramping up a little bit here over the past few hours here since that solar flare happened. We see a consolidation of the BTBZ at the same time as the solar flare happens, and then a divergence from the zero line. And then we've moved back into North Pole power here. So the BTBZ there you can see is positive 4 with a 4 on the BZ component. Phi angle has just shifted around also, currently at about 93 degrees. Solar wind density just below 10 protons per cubic centimeter. Solar wind velocity 304 kilometers per second. Next, looking at Magnetosphere Movies. Here's 4 hours of data, courtesy University of Michigan. Everything's fairly steady on this front. I believe you may see a slight increase in pressure toward the end, although the increase in solar wind density has not been significant. There you see a slight increase in the last hour. That's 4 hours of data. Here's ground magnetic perturbations. And we try to amass 4 hours of data daily. There we go. I've sterilized myself. Get close to the screen. I'll sterilize you too. There you go. Now you're safe. Just kidding, folks. That screen's not going to emit UV light. At least not very much of it. Not the kind that you need to unspook yourself. I'm letting that play through a second time because it refreshed. Now we don't see a lot of ground magnetic perturbations. Keep in mind, this is changes in the B field, not a direct measurement. It's just measuring the perturbations. So here's the GOES magnetometer going back to space here. And we see some higher readings there. We also see the south solar polar field looking like it's powering up. And we see some south pole polarity on the current sheet, at least the Earth portion of the current sheet, which is where stereo A and B are located, which are, there's A and there's B. As stereo A sees space weather ahead of us, and stereo B sees space weather behind us after we've experienced it. And yeah, so that's, there you go. There's the magnetometer data, and you can see some south pole polarity. South solar polar field polarity coming through there, charging up a portion or two of the current sheet. There's the last image. So a little bit of activity happening there. The B field is remaining pretty stable here. The B field shown in blue, looking quite symmetrical and uneventful. And welcome to another smAshlights, where I start things on fire, and I do things like sterilize you. And I play scary, spooky music, like Bach Toccata and Fugue in D minor. By the way, if you get one of these, don't look directly into the lights. Don't look at black lights. It's bad for your vision, folks. Now, you do want a little bit of full spectrum UV light. It's good for your night vision, but we won't get into it today. Let's do a reference. Here's a quick clip.
My face mask in my bed.
I wear my face mask in my bed so I can protect myself from self-indoctrination, from oxygenation. We're going to talk more about that a little later. That one from Media Bear. Here's another small clip.
The vaccine. I wear my face mask in my house.
It's based on Corey Hart's I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. And by the way, we're streaming live to Twitch. If you don't view us there, perhaps you're viewing on YouTube. Subscribe to all 3 spots, including the BitChute page. You ain't subscribed on BitChute yet? You know there's exclusives over there, right? There is a video about hydroxychloroquine, which is 4 months old. And there are other exclusive videos over there as well, because when YouTube demonetizes our content, we post it on BitChute and set it to private on YouTube so that you can't see it. Thanks to our patrons, the true source of funding for the content. Cheers. Credit crawl coming soon. And I guess we'll have to make a post about that to make sure anybody who wants a name other than the one listed as their patron account to show up on the credit crawl. Thanks especially to our gold and condensed matter members. There are 9 tiers now at Patreon. Thanks also subscribe star types. We do make some posts public on all of those spots, so even if you're not willing to open up your moldy, mothball-infused, cobweb-covered wallet and send us a couple bucks a month, you can still see some posts. Let's talk about our mission. Part of our mission is to advance the study of predictive phenomenon. If you want to read about our mission, I like to think things through to their logical conclusion. And so, one of the things I like to do is write stuff like Tom Wolfe is a covidiot across the front of my mask. Now, this is my most prized mask, and I refuse to sell masks because I have this thing called ethics. Let's talk about some advanced phenomenon. How about this one? Apparently, auroral beads are pre-indicators of substorms. So solar substorms, where there is an infusion of things like protons, especially into the ionosphere. Apparently, when you see these beads, they are an indication of the substorm formation. So that's quite interesting. It's part of the process that precedes the triggering of a substorm in space. So an important new piece of the puzzle put in place here about auroras. If you want to read about it, check out scitechdaily.com. And let me take this off because I look like a complete COVIDiot. And by the way, when I say masks are embarrassing, it's not because of how they look. It's because of how stupid it is. Speaking of how stupid something is, have you ever seen this video for Friday by Rebecca Black? It sets some kind of record on the most thumbs downs ever. 3.7 million thumbs downs and 1.1 million thumbs up. I gave her a thumbs up because I think it's just great. Here's a clip from this. Whew. It's tough. There's a point where she says, yesterday was Thursday, today it is Friday. She literally goes through 4 days of the week. And I think she's only 13 when she made this, so don't go leave her a scathing comment. But guess what? She's back. Yeah, Rebecca Black is back. For real. There's a story about it on BuzzFeed News today. And I'm not going to show BuzzFeed News because their website, actually I'm going to show it, but only for a quick moment. By the way, if you haven't checked out smashamash.com/forum, I've just pinned Cygnus X3 X-ray binary, celestial pole star Deneb. If you want to read about that, there are quite a bit of posts in there, actually, about the interesting star. And we've also put up a political post here in the Free for All forum. Now the whole forum is free. It costs you nothing. So there is a political post in here now. Biden/Harris 2020. If you'd like to put up campaign posters and stuff like that. Let's get political about Obama's coattails. Let's get into political. Let's campaign for Biden/Harris. The COVIDiacy ticket. Ah, yeah. Congratulations to Belarus on continuing to stand by your ethics, I guess. Belarus's freedom can't be broken with police batons. Check it out. This protest here is gigantic. It's got people of all ages, and I can only see 2 masked Karens. Speaking of masked Karens, let's talk about the COVID. The scary spook. Hey, stop that. Stop that. You clear off. Clear off. Man, oh man. It disappeared just by rating. Just as I berated, it's vanished. I just, you're fired. Okay. See what I mean? This thing is fragile. This thing is fragile, and you're probably durable. Did you know that young Americans on a recent campus reform video loved Trump's executive orders until they realized that they were Trump's? When they heard that they were from Biden, they thought it was great. Turns out they were being told Trump's plan. I mean, I'm not really all about President Trump, but the part of funding schools to give us money while in the crisis and this whole pandemic, it did help, one student said, as she strung together 74 prepositions to make what appears to be a sentence but isn't. It's shocking in a way because, I don't like him, so it's shocking that he did that. It's, crazy that he, did that. Oh, it's Summit News. Now, this masked Karen here, maybe she's not a Karen, but check it out. A woman with one ear is talking about how easy it is to wear masks. And I don't know what's happened to the story. I thought I had it. Now it's vanished. It's vanished into thin air. And that has to do with BuzzFeed. But anyway, check it out. Rebecca Black is back. How about it? By the way, follow us on Facebook if you don't. We just posted something about Karens. Here's what I said. Because we're also on Instagram. So check this out. YouTube's search engine is the second biggest search engine in the world after the Google search engine, which is owned by Alphabet. When I do a search for Mask Karen's compilation, guess what it returns? a giant list of anti-mask Karens, people who are out there yelling at people wearing masks, I guess, which is not a thing I've ever heard of happening in reality, but apparently anything can be found on YouTube, and what you're actually searching for is a mystery. So it's quite interesting. And if you think things are scary now, wait till October. If you think big tech is bad, well, it gets a lot worse than this, and you've been warned. If you've got a breaking news story, feel free to hit me up at the smAsho VoIP line. It's country code +1, area code 610-936-9799. By the way, we're growing our organization, so please support it via the links at smAshomash.org. Whether you're getting involved in social media, sending us cash, or buying items. We've got 2 stores on Teespring that we're advertising. One has got stuff like the Mansa shirt, Make America Not Suck Again, which, by the way, is up to you. I made this in only bold colors: black, navy blue, red, slate gray, and the ever-popular purple, which is part of our theme colors for our channel. Mansa, Make America Not Suck Again. It's up to you. Also, if you want to buy, for instance, a Smash Team shirt, join the Smash Team by advertising the smAshomash.org website written there on the A. It looks like embossed metal letters, folks. The graphics are of high quality. And if you'd like some for yourself, well, hook it up. We've also added more items to the affiliate page, smAshomash.com/affiliate. So I've got an idea. Buy some of the stuff that we're selling and support us that way, and we'll tell you why you may or may not need the stuff. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to inoculate you. Again, get up close to the screen right now, and I'll really give you a good... There we go. Let me just make sure I'm getting really inoculated now. You're going to be so COVID-free. Check it out. Oh, yeah, just get by the screen and... Yes. Yes. Your life is being saved before your very eyes. And now, so is mine. Ah, yes. Now I'm completely safe. I've murdered all microorganisms. All microorganisms. In fact, I could just leave this here. There we go. There we go. Now that is just awesome. All right, cool. There we go. Now that I'm nice and safe, yeah, let's talk about stuff on the affiliate page. And sorry, that's too dark. There we go. That's better. So first of all, we've got the pulse oximeter, which is sort of a vital sign. But let's go down to the bottom of the list. We've added a new item here, which is this UV wand that I've been waving around. We've also added some soap, Mrs. Myers, and also a flash drive, a $10 waterproof heavy metal flash drive. I've got this on my keychain right now, and I've put a copy of Linux and some other software on here so that I can go around and I could actually boot off of this theoretically. I don't have it all set up yet, and I will do a video about how to set one up. If you want to buy any of those items, use our affiliate link, and that whole list of links is at smAshomash.com/affiliate. And here's your Lubex UV wand, or you can go around in public and like hang this from your face and just walk around and let this swing everywhere and just save the entire human race. Hang it from your face, save the human race, go inoculate everybody. And by the way, my blood oxygen is 98% right now. I'm so excited that my heart rate's all the way up to 81. And it's all because of you. Now, don't take that the wrong way. And let me just check the stream of the live. And move on to how Trump wants to starve the Postal Service. People think Trump's trying to prevent mail-in ballots by crippling the Postal Service, and I really don't have any idea. Although I did order a mail-in ballot, believe it or not. Let's talk about a Florida teacher.
The superintendent.
Will you shut up? Thank you. Here it is. Here's some nonsense. Even though Even though she shouted from the rooftops, attempted to be unemotional, and educated herself in facts and science, she succumbed to the ignorance of those in power. The obituary reads, "Oh, the poor teacher! She returned to work, did her best to handle all the roles placed on her shoulders. Educator, COVID security guard, human shield, firefighter, social worker, nurse, and caregiver. But the workload weakened her, and the virus took hold. Whitney was taken from us," the obituary continues. "Yes, of course, too soon. But we are the ones left with holes in our hearts, missing how big hers was." Oh, not her hole. The holes in the heart hole, wholeheartedly holes with heart holes. Mourners are then encouraged to send condolences to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, which means it's essentially a campaign of harassment against the governor. Well done! She's such a smart teacher. Whitney Riddick posted the mock obituary. Since she sees herself as a tool in restarting an economy. She sounds like a tool, that's for sure. Check out Summit News. By the way, New Zealand says it will put all new COVID infectees and their family members in quarantine facilities. Oh, no! I wear my mask when I'm in bed. I wear my mask when I'm in the shower. I wear a hazmat suit all day. Check out Sweden's deaths. Oh my God, it's so scary. There's all kinds of propaganda in the news today about how Sweden is very, very deadly. Oh my God, their numbers are going up or something because, oh no, a second wave. Talking about how herd immunity isn't working, and yet yeah. Have you watched Tony Heller's videos about it? And let's go back to Media Bear, as they've produced my favorite music video, possibly of the year, Safety Mask. If you haven't subscribed to Media Bear, they've only got 18,200 subscribers. Go over and subscribe. Tell them I sent you. And man, oh man, this is exactly my style of thing. This is like a Weird Al video. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It's based on the We Can Dance If We Want To. I forget what it's called, but check it out. This is absolutely fantastic, and it's a great production. They go out of their way to really, to do this one right. I think this is somehow associated with the Dollar Vigilante because they're clearly filming this down in Mexico where he's located, which is kind of interesting, I guess. They really went above and beyond the call of ownage with this video. It's super good. Here's another clip with audio, as I'm pretty sure we've been well within fair use. Thanks Media Bear for making my favorite music video of the entire year. Hey COVIDiots, watch the video, and if you think the messaging isn't clear, you better watch it again. It's just amazing. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. And here ends today's smAshlights. Allow me to vanish and stop looking like such a COVIDiot. I look practically as stupid as Tom Wolfe. Let's get back to space stuff. Electron flux has come down. And by the way, this graphic that we use here daily, the relativistic electron fluence 1 year chart, that's part of Solon.info. If you haven't checked out Solon.info, check that out, Solon.info/solar. Lots of information in there about things like the solar cycles, solar polar fields, and so on. You can see we've seen a dip in the electron flux here. over the past, just today, basically. And for your new viewers, the N's and M's stand for noon and midnight local time for the GOES 16 satellite. So that's normally you see a fairly smooth electron flux here. And there's the forecast. And here's a total electron content visualization. You're looking at the whole air column here all the way up to the thermosphere, giving you an idea of where GPS errors are located, and they're typically around the equator at noon, of course. Not super high levels of electron flux. Here's just one layer of that entire air column, and this is not the electron flux, this is the frequency of the ionosphere. Essentially how many layers there are in the ionosphere. 6 hours of data portrayed here, and everything's looking normal in the ionosphere right now. There's the current image at 9:30 universal. Here's where stuff is in the solar system, moving a little bit out farther. There's where things will be in a week. And can anybody tell me why the Earth passed by the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction and no horrifying disasters happened? All of the folks that were forecasting them because of the Earth passing by that system. Maybe it's on the next pass. I'm sure they've amended their forecasts. If you get up before dawn, you may be able to get a great view of Venus. And a little bit higher in the sky, closer to your zenith from Venus, is Perseus, which is where you may still be able to see some Perseid meteors. The Perseus kind of making a triangle right now between Venus and Mars. If you're out there, check it out. By the way, thanks to everybody who leaves us comments. We do read them all, although we can't respond to them all anymore. Next, looking at earthquakes. We don't see anything over a 6 magnitude in the past 24 hours, I don't think. We'll report on anything that looks out of the ordinary. There's a deep quake in Alaska. It's only a 3.0 magnitude. It's on the southern mainland. Here's a Filipino quake. It's a 4.4 magnitude. But it's at 537 kilometers depth, one of the deepest I've seen there. That was at 3:11 universal time today. Here's another one, a deep quake far out in the Aleutians. 4.3 magnitude at 110 kilometers depth. So nothing over a 6 magnitude of the past 24. Volcano rundown. Nishinoshima still erupting. Flight level 8. Flight level 080, 8,000 feet. Sakurajima. Flight level 060, Cinnabung exploding. Flight level 100, 10,000 foot ash plume there. Carinci, volcanic ash to 15,000 feet. Santiaguito has dissipated its ash. Must have been a short eruption yesterday because I don't remember even reporting that. Revenador, no volcanic ash observed in satellite. Please don't pole vault the caldera. And Sabancay is exploding. Don't even fly your drone over the caldera. It's producing a 22,000 foot plume of ash. And we've got all kinds of warnings in the west. Check it out. And we've even got a tropical storm warning off the coast of New Jersey and New England. Weather.gov if you want to look up that information for your location. It's a weather station like windy.com. Now we're looking at pressure systems, complete with isobar lines. We're advancing this into tomorrow, Sunday, August 16th. I'll pause it where we expect things to be around noon. It is the GFS forecast, and there's where we expect things to be around noon tomorrow. The Brian Stelter anticyclone is looking a lot stronger than Brian Stelter. Brian, if you're watching, leave us a comment. Tell us know how much you bench. Next, looking at nullschool.net to see a jet stream blowing the absolute wrong direction here over the Indian Ocean. That's a significant jet stream. Let's take a Let's take a marker. There you go. That's 130 kilometer per hour winds going almost due east to west. Here's the western world's jet streams. And they're all over the place. We're going to hear about a heat wave in Iceland. Oh my God, stop the presses. A glacier melted for 5 minutes. Better stop producing CO2, even though we have no idea what the actual human contribution to CO2 is. And humans seem to have no idea that the oceans take thousands and thousands of years to heat up and cool down and are what control the temperature, as almost all of Earth's heat latency, about 99% of Earth's heat latency, lies in water. Not in rocks and not the atmosphere. You can measure the atmosphere all day. Does your doctor take your temperature by making you blow into a breathalyzer? No. He uses a thermometer, preferably a rectal one. Save Earth's rectum. The oceans. Hey, Kansas City. I don't think that one's going to make it to you. But St. Joseph, there's thunder rolling in. Man, oh man. If you got a view of that, that's actually a good distance there. Kansas City, go out and look to your northeast. You may see some spectacular light shows above the top of that extremely powerful thunderhead. That's a seriously concentrated system there. Let's look at water vapor maps for Africa and Europe real quick. Water vapor maps for the Far East and Oceania for more of our international viewers. Shout out to our intercontinental crew. Water vapor maps for the America. Shout out to Batman Bruce Minas of, I believe, Brazil. It's like a powerful, crazy-looking system there over West Africa. What is going on with that? U.S. Doppler radar map. And something looks hinky. Something looks real hinky there, folks. What is up with that? That was weird. That was just plain weird. Lightning maps. All right. I stand corrected. I got confused. Some powerful storms here over the southeast as well. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. And let's actually take a look at that high lightning zone. There's a massive convergence going on there. You got some cold, dry air being infused from Canada, I think. I'll know for sure on the next slide. Oh, we've got some connectivity problems. Let me just make sure the stream is good to go. The stream is not good to go. All right, I think we're back. Had a little connectivity problem there. I apologize for the delay. Anyway, there's what's going on in the cloud there. We see some rapid cloud formation happening there, as well as some rapid rainfall, it looks like, over Kansas. Here's what's going on in the water vapor map. This will give you a good idea of how it's this will be a gooder idea of how it's going. And we do see some cold air being infused down here from British Columbia. Let's take a close-up of that region real quick. The Iowa-Missouri border. Something about that NASA GOES interactive weather satellite. Or maybe it's our own connection, I don't know. It is not wanting to load. Looks like our connection, folks. And I'll just wait, and there we go. I think we're back. Maybe not. I don't know. We've got an incredibly terrible bit rate. Let's charge forward and hope for the best. Anyway, there's that water vapor map. Thanks, Smash team. We've got Smash bonus features, I think. Keep your head and arms inside the Smash plane at all times. I think we are good. We're going to show you the 48-hour SDO video, if possible, as well as the intensitygram and the colorized magnetogram, which is not loading. We must be out of bandwidth, folks, which makes it about that time. All right, let's see if this one loads. And that's just not going to load in an acceptable time. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, stare at the sun, don't drink, and if you do drink, don't drive. And since it'll never be now again, may that solar wind be at your back, and that atherosclerosis absent from your arteries, and your bandwidth available. Sha-na-na-na-na.